what's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday to you, and welcome to another edition of AH Live. Always a pleasure to hang with you guys on these Wednesdays, and today's a very special episode. We have the man, the myth, the legend, trumpeter extraordinaire, songwriter, producer, vocalist. Yes, I'm talking about Rick Braun. Man, we had such a blast kicking back, chatting through some of his incredible history, and of course making some great music as well. So I cannot wait to share that with you. And speaking of sharing, do me a favor, don't forget to click share, and we just want to spread the love, spread the good vibes every Wednesday. If you're tuning in from Rick's page, what's up? This is AH Live. We're here every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Don't forget to like my page, Adam Holly Artist page, so you can hang out with us every Wednesday and just be in touch. So I want to get straight to the music. We're going to get warmed up just a little bit before we bring the man of the hour out. And you know what? I think I'm going to get a little bit of help on this one. So I'm going to bring in my lovely wife a little bit early. That's right. It's time for the cat cam. There she is.
Hi.
What's up, Cat? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm better now seeing you. I like you got a little robe kind of vibe going on over there. I like it.
Adam always calls these a robe.
Is
it's
it not a robe?
It's a kimono.
Oh, thank you. Okay, my bad. My bad. I should know. Tokyo Groove, etc. I need to get that together. Well, let's dive right in. Let me pull up this song so that we can check it out. You're gonna recognize this. It's a very famous song, but then of course we did our own thing with it. And this is from my second album. Hope you all enjoy.
Hello, it's me. I was wondering, after all these years, would you like to meet to go over everything? They say that time's supposed to heal ya, but I ain't done much healing. Hello, can you hear
yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was just a little bit of hello from my lovely wife. Thank you, Kat, for
You're
jumping in on that. Give me a helping hand on that
Yes.
first song.
Reach out and touch.
Hey, we had to kick it off right today because we've got this incredible guest in the house, Rick Braun, and we'll hear from you, Kat, a little bit
Okay,
later.
bye,
Thanks so much
guys.
for coming through.
You're welcome.
So, like I said, we've got this gentleman in the house, and he is just a bona fide legend of contemporary jazz. Over 20 number one hits, album after amazing album, collaboration after amazing collaboration. Boney James with the Shake It Up record, BWB. It goes on and on and on. So I can't wait to share this with you. Real quick, though, I want to remind you guys, don't want to beat you over the head, but we really appreciate you guys who have been supporting over the past several months and helping us bring in just these amazing guests week after week after week. So just a quick reminder, if you want to help out the show, it's really easy. You can just click these links in the description. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, and also now we accept stars. So thank you so much to everyone out there who's been supporting. We appreciate you. Helps keep the show going, and can't thank you enough. So, without further ado, I want to bring it to you right now. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy Rick Braun.
All right, what's up, Rick Braun? How are you today?
I am doing well, Adam Holly. It's great to be talking to you.
Oh man, the pleasure is all mine. Thanks so much for dropping in. Just give us an idea, though, what prompted you to pick up the trumpet?
My brother Ronnie, I have 4 brothers, 1 sister, and my second oldest brother, Ronnie, was probably the black sheep of the family, and I think he was probably about 15 years older than me, very considerably older. I was out of the house already when I was 8 years old, and at some point he had played trumpet and gave it up in high school for playing football. I found this trumpet in our closet at home, so picked it up, put a mouthpiece in it, and blew into it and got a sound out of it immediately. It was kind of a thing where it was like, oh my God, this is really a beautiful sound, and I kind of fell in love with everything about trumpet right then. It was like the smell of it, the fact that the sound that came out of the horn. It was simple. It had 3 valves, which is a trap I fell into because I thought saxophone was so complicated. There's no way I could ever. It scared me. But little did I realize that those 3 valves are only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to difficulty of playing the horn. So actually, I'm actually a closet trumpet player. If you get right down to it. So found the horn in the closet.
And then, so that ended up taking you to Eastman. Did you end up studying music there?
I did. Almost as good as USC, where
Okay.
without the nice weather.
Right, exactly.
We were in Rochester. Eastman's in Rochester, New York, and it's in downtown Rochester, and it was fairly brutal. The winters there, and I remember just going, "Oh my gosh, this is not the best place to end up." So, but I did. I studied music there, and I switched my major from applied to education about 3 times. Applied music means basically you're studying your instrument and you're going to be a professional musician playing that instrument. And music education was I was going to be a teacher, and I switched back and forth several times. And then in my junior year, at the end of my in my junior year, I was in a band called Oracle, and there was a battle of the bands in Rochester, New York. And I remember we entered the battle of the bands, and we came down to the finals. It was Oracle, which was a fusion band playing multi-time signature, very complicated music, against a bluegrass band.
Oh.
So it was really apples versus oranges, but I don't know which we were, the apples or the oranges, but we won. And we won that thing. So in my junior year, and the prize was we got to go to New York City and record in CBS Studios a live record. an LP, a live record with them. The engineer on that date was Stan Tonkel, and Stan was a CBS engineer who engineered, I don't know which ones, but some of Miles Davis's projects. So there we were. We won this thing, went to New York, recorded this thing. We got several copies of them pressed. That was part of the prize. And so we took those records, and two of us went to Chicago and met with industry professionals, and two went to New York, and two of us, there were 6 in the band, went to Los Angeles. Well, the connection in Los Angeles worked out. So the band split up, and over that junior year summer, we went different places, and the guys who went to Los Angeles, we ended up getting a record deal. So there we were, Oracle, on a label, a big label, British label, with label mates Jethro Tull, Robin Trower, Blondie were our label mates. And so I went from my junior year, and so I quit Eastman. I dropped out. I never finished school. We moved to Los Angeles. We made a record with Tio Macero, who did produce Miles Davis' Bitches Brew, and he was our producer.
Wow.
So we made a record, and it was met with critical acclaim, and that people liked it. And we went to the Montreux Jazz Festival, and so Eastman was where I met the guys in that band, and left and never finished. I later went back to see if I could finish, and they said, "No, your credits have expired. You're too old. You'd have to start over." And I said, "Yeah, but I'm a little bit famous. Can you not give me a little break here?" It's like, no.
You should be getting an honorary degree at this point. I mean, gosh.
I asked for that, and they pretty much laughed me off the phone. It was one of the most humbling experiences I've ever had in my life.
Man, so I was surprised. I knew that you were a great vocalist, but I didn't realize one of your early albums was a vocal album in Japan as well.
It was. That's another part of my sordid, checkered past. As long as we stick to the music only, we're fine.
Okay.
But and I have reformed. I've cleaned up my act considerably, not totally, but considerably. Yeah, I was out here. I mean, the Oracle experiment ran its course, and I went into my a dark period where I was selling antique reproduction furniture and installing ceiling fans. In fact, I installed a ceiling fan in Rosemary's house from the Dick Van Dyke Show.
Wow.
I was doing whatever it took to make ends meet, playing weddings, Latin band gigs. And I ended up doing some sessions, and Chuck Findlay, the great Chuck Findlay, trumpet player, still a dear friend of mine, we got together and I started playing my vocal material. He said, I know this guy who's a very successful songwriter, and he's looking to produce an artist, and I'd like to get involved, and would you want to make a record with us, and we'll put it together and fund it and this and that. So they did, and so Jack Conrad and Chuck Findlay co-produced my record, and it was picked up in Japan on a very famous label, Chichiku Records. And it came out in Japan, and I went over there and did a little promo stuff, and had some nice songs on it, but that's my phone. Richard Elliott.
Oh, okay.
I'll call him back.
I thought you were going to say Japan was calling. They're ready for another vocal album.
No, I think they learned their lesson. I love to sing, and I've been doing more of it lately. I'm certainly no rock and roll singer. I love singing jazz standards, and I love singing. As you know in my show, I do Bunny Valentine, and I'll do little Wilson Pickett. But I love singing jazz standards, so that's kind of where my vocal prowess lies. Whatever minimal vocal prowess I may have.
Man, there's so much to talk to, but I want to get to the transition, and you've mentioned this to me, the transition from you were playing with a megastar, Rod Stewart, and then at some point had to decide, I'm going to just do Rick Braun and pursue this 100%. Just tell us a little bit about that, because it's fascinating, you talking about playing for just, tens of thousands of people and then having to then pull the plug and, take that plunge.
Black here. This is, I don't know if you can see this, but this starts out.
Yeah.
This is all the dates of the first Rod Stewart tour. It started out July 1st, 1988, and this is one continuous tour.
Oh my goodness.
Went on into 1989, and we finished on August 13th, 1989. It was a 14-month tour.
Wow.
There it is. It goes down top to bottom. So that was my life. And Rod says, the Out of Order Tour 88-89, never in the field of human endeavor was so much accomplished by so few for so many. You must be blank, blank, blank mad. So,
wow.
So, it was a great hang, and that was with Jeff Golub and, Carmine Rojas, and, we had a great time. Todd Sharp, who I wrote songs with, but yeah, it was pretty amazing, because we went and played stadiums in Brazil. We played Wembley Stadium. We played, and we did the whole rock and roll. It's something every young man should get to experience, and, especially when your best buddy is Jeff Golub. So we had a fantastic time. But when I joined the band, I had, I was always making demos of songs. Always making demos and always writing and always. In fact, I had a job as a pop writer to write pop songs with Warner Chappell Music. I was signed as a pop writer, so that was going on concurrent with this. And the songs I was writing, I was trying to write the next Bridge Over Troubled Waters, and it was very frustrating. I did have one top 20 hit that I wrote with Kevin Cronin from REO Speedwagon, and that's on their last record. But all of this was going on, and what happened is I was kind of burning out trying to write these pop songs, and I ended up writing some songs just for me, because playing trumpet, just something that felt good and just cathartic, And I went to a publisher in Toronto, and I was on the road with Rod, and I took the songs that I was writing, a couple that I wanted to get to Bonnie Raitt, and then I took these instrumental songs with me, and I just played them as a lark, this is also, and he said, I think I can get you a record deal with these songs, Bonnie Raitt song and this song, they're good, but I think you could be an artist, So he sends it to Mesa Blue Moon Records, which was like down the block from where I live in LA, from Toronto to LA. I got my first, $10,000 check to make a whole record.
Yeah.
That was a lot of money back.
Yeah.
And I remember driving home making this record, and son of a gun, the first record made a little noise. It was called Intimate Secrets. Yeah. And then the second record I did was with some of the guys from the Rod Stewart band. David Palmer played drums on it, and Cliff Hugo. And we set up in my house, and we just wrote songs like a garage band. And Cadillac Slim took off. It was so different than anything else that was on radio back then. It was unique. And I was on the road in Lake Tahoe, I remember, with Rod, and we were doing a gig up there, something. And Steve Chapman, who's still my manager, called me, and he said, you have to make a decision to continue to be a well-paid sideman or to take a risk, because this song is really, really blowing up. And back then, blowing up meant there were stations all over the country. There were stations in every major and minor market, and they all wanted me to come and do events. And so it was I immediately just said, well, I'm in, and I called Rod. I said, I can't go to Japan with you guys. I've got an opportunity to explore my own career. And he was very cool. He wished me well, and he said, I wish you well, mate, keep in touch and this and that. And so then I started doing the radio promo events, started going everywhere. And that was the song that kind of put me on the map,
You've obviously had this illustrious career, 20 number one hits, touring nonstop, but in March, everything stopped for everybody, and you were the first to bat in terms of getting something else up and going, and Rick's Cafe is just, man, it's such an incredible program. Just tell us a little bit, how did you get up and running and just get such a fantastic broadcast happening right away?
Well, it was circumstantial. I mean, literally, we all found out pretty much the same day living in California that things were done. And I was, I don't know where we had just flown to Miami for the Smooth Jazz cruise. And they actually canceled the cruise while we were in the air, half an hour in flight. I didn't know that, but when we landed, we found out the whole cruise was canceled. So
wow.
I had dinner with Jonathan Butler and then came back home. And when I got home, Marilyn James, Marilyn Lingerfelder James, reached out to me and said, you should start a show. And I thought, yeah, I should start a show. And so I reached out to my friend Louis Palaio, who used to run Dodger Vision.
Oh, wow.
Back in the Dusty Baker, Ron Say era. He has a ring from the championship that the Dodgers won. And I called him up. Our kids went to preschool together and high school together, and they're best of friends, always have been. So I called him up and I said, how can I do this? What do I need to do? And he pointed me in the direction. He said, you need to get this piece of hardware, and you need to, then we can use cell phones for multi-camera. And if you have adequate internet, we can do a show here, multi-camera shoot, and of course his son, Louis, if you watch the show, I always talk about the vampires. And the vampire productions are, because it's basically Nicholas Palaio, who is brilliant, and he's basically our tech guy and our guy who puts all the stuff together and does a lot. He does everything, social media, things like that. He's Kyle's dear friend, and he's 18 years old. And of course, Kyle does all the graphics. He does the directing. He does the camera switching. Now he's at school now, so their friend Max Strail is doing it, who's another 18-year-old, very talented young man. So you combine Louis Palaio pointing me in first of all, Marilyn, God bless you, Marilyn, we love you. She came up with the idea. I acted on it. Louis pointed us, and then that piece of equipment, it's a Sling Studio, that thing was sold out. It was gone. I mean, I didn't think I was going to get mine, but we did get it. And then started the show. I had Peter White ready to go, and then Governor Newsom came on and said, it's shelter in place. So the first show, the whole band was ready to come over, and the night before I canceled them and just did me sitting in front of the camera doing what we are doing right now. And I did that until it looked like it was safe to bring some people in, and we brought people in, and we've been doing live shows. And then of course we had to stop that again because it got crazy again, and now we're back to bringing people in, and you did an amazing job on my show.
No, it was my pleasure, and it was wild because I had not played with real people for several months, and it was disconcerting that was an odd feeling, but no, we got the hang of it pretty quick. That was a blast. I appreciate you having me.
Everybody who's come over has been, it's been an adjustment period. You're overjoyed, first of all. Everybody's so thrilled to be playing with other musicians again. But then it's like, oh my gosh, I haven't done this for a long time, and there's a level of excitement and settling into it. But your show is still one of my favorite shows, man, and we have to have you back, please.
Oh man,
in fact, you are coming back. You're going to be a part of the New Year's Eve show. We're going to be doing the New Year's Eve show. You and Mark Antoine are going to have a show, so we're very excited for that.
I'm honored, man. Cannot wait. So that's going to be a blast. But we have some music for everybody right now, and I want to start off with this track. It's off your new album, Crossroads, which is fantastic. And you're going to play this tune, Bahia. Please tell us a little bit about it.
Well, this song's named after a band that I used to play in way back in the day. I moved to Los Angeles 1976, so this band I was probably playing in 79, 80, and we used to play all the clubs here, the Baked Potato, and $2 bills, all these clubs. It had some very, very wonderful musicians in the band. Carlos Vega, who's played on drummer who passed away, but he's played on so many of the hit records that you have at home. Larry Klimas, who I played with Andy Gibb with, and Ralph Rickard, a great trumpet player, and David Garfield was in the band. So this is a song that kind of has that Latin flavor. Bahia is beach in Spanish, I think. That's what I believe everything I read. So I hope you enjoyed. It's my son Kyle's favorite song, and I really love this song. I absolutely love it.
All right, here he is, Rick Braun with Bahia. awesome, Rick, man. What a killing tune. Thanks so much for playing that for us. So we've got one more for you, and I had the distinct pleasure of, I sent you a message. I was like, man, is there any way I can get you to jump on my new album? And you said yes, to my shock and surprise, but I was so honored. And man, I don't know if you know, but this tune, it just went up to number 8 on Billboard. It's called Escape, and man, such an honor to have you on it.
It's my pleasure, Adam. Absolutely, man. As you're a good friend, and I appreciate you. And you're also one of the most talented musicians that I know. I'm always astounded watching you play. The versatility that you have, and it's really wonderful, to have been on your record. Congratulations for that success. Happy for you.
Oh man, appreciate it, man. Well, let's do it. Here it is, Escape. Awesome, man. Thanks again for being a part of that tune. And real quick, before we get out of here, please let people know where they can find you online and also on social media.
Well, rickbraun.com is my website. And of course, that's where you can find everything out about my river cruises. We have a river cruise coming up in August. We're very optimistic that we'll be able to go because it's not a large ship, it's small, and I think we'll be able to get that done. And Jeffrey Osborne is on that, Dave Koz is on that, and also Vincent Ingala. And then we also have our 2022, which was 2020, got moved to 2022. So find out about all of that, rickbraun.com. You can find out about Rick's Cafe Live on YouTube. It's just do a search on Rick's Cafe Live and join us every Saturday night. With some exceptions, we do take a couple of weekends off, but almost every Saturday night you can find us on YouTube, Rick's Cafe Live. And then I would love for people to join me on my Facebook fan page, my official fan page on Facebook. You'll find that if you search it as well.
Awesome. Well, there he is, the man, the myth, the legend, the one and only Rick Braun. Thanks so much for coming through, Rick.
You're welcome, Adam. Absolutely a pleasure. Absolutely a pleasure.
Oh, yes, the one and only Rick Braun. Man, what a talented guy. That was so much fun. And by the way, I have an update. The song just went up to number 6. So huge shout out to, first of all, my radio promoter, Jason Goroff, and to all the stations that have been so supportive. Thank you for escaping with us. And man, just feel fortunate for the success. And feel fortunate to have Rick come through. That was such a blast. Well, you know what time it is? It's time to bring in my lovely wife, Bam. One more time.
Hi.
Take 2 of the cat
Take
cam. Oh, man. Wasn't that so much fun with Rick?
Yes, it was so much fun. Always good to see Rick, even if it's in person or virtually.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and man, those backstories. He's lived several lifetimes,
Yes.
I think. You know?
Oh my goodness, right. And every time he would say, and we went here, and I went here, and then I got this record deal, and I got this record deal.
Oh, man.
I'm like, is this in the same life?
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, his first record deal was as a vocalist in Japan, and then toured with Rod Stewart. So just so much, and then we couldn't even get to all of it. BWB, R&R,
Yeah.
Summer Horns. There's just too much to talk about. We need about 3 episodes, but appreciate Rick coming through. And by the way, if you have any questions for me, as you know, we always end the session with Ask Adam, and
Ask
we saw
Adam.
one question pop in. We'll definitely get to, but make sure to put those in. Kat will be monitoring the message boards.
Yes.
And speaking of which, what are the people saying out there?
Well, as always, we have people shouting out where they're watching from, which we love, by the way, because we want to hear and see where all you guys are watching from and cozying up. A lot of people will say that they're drinking wine or enjoying dinner and watching, so it's always fun. We have, first up, my sister, Portia Stewart, watching in
All
or
right.
sorry, not Kennesaw. What is it?
Lawrenceville.
Lawrenceville. All the southern names, I always get confused because it's always like a Sawville or land or town. I don't know.
Oh, the Stewart's in the house.
The
What's up?
Stewarts. We have one of our old friends, Bernard Williams. He was watching.
Oh, yeah. Great bassist.
Hi, Bernard.
One of the first people I used to play with, along with Charles Dollison back in the day when I first moved to L.A. What's up, Bernard?
And Patty Blackwell watching from
Yes.
North Carolina.
All right.
One of my good girlfriends, we went to cosmetology school together when I was like 17 years old.
Okay.
We've been friends ever since. We worked at Disneyland together in the hair and makeup department.
Oh, okay. All right.
Now she does hair and makeup for the James Corden show.
Okay, big time. Big time.
So Zarina, hi Zadi.
What's up?
She's watching from Glendora. Kenny
Okay.
Johnson in Chicago.
Okay.
Deborah Walker, she's watching from OKC.
Okay.
And we have Nabe watching from Tokyo.
All right, what's up? Yes, I saw he was digging Hello. Well, you sing that song, girl. So.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. He says, I love this so much. Thank you. Talking about AH Live.
Yeah. No.
So saying
Appreciate
thank
you
you so
tuning
much.
in. Japan in the house. Awesome.
Vicky Dennis, she's watching from Austin, and she says, yay, the best part of Wednesday night.
That's right. That's right. Every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern.
We have Michelle Dalwins watching from Charleston, South
Okay.
Carolina.
All right. Both Carolinas.
Yeah.
Carolina on my mind.
And then, of course, we had so many people commenting when you were doing your interview with Rick.
Yeah.
So many people were loving, as you said, the different lifetimes, the different lives that he's
It's
lived
crazy.
in
I
the
mean,
one life.
Yeah, really. We only made it up to about 1990 and then jumped to the present. So there's so much in there, but no, he's quite a
Yeah.
talented guy.
Linda Dickinson says Rick's story is so interesting. He's such a talent and is truly awesome.
Yep.
And so many people were commenting on that picture of the tour dates. What was that, 1980? Was that? Did he say
No,
it
it
was
was
19?
later than that. I would have been late 80s or early 90s.
Okay.
But they
So
were out
many
for
people were
14 months.
commenting on that. That's
14
insane.
months. I thought I was out for a long time. I was out for 8 months
Mm-hmm.
with Jennifer Lopez, but 14, my goodness.
But I guess that's like Justin Timberlake. He
Yeah.
tours for a really long time
Yeah.
too. Like over 12 months, I know for
Got
sure.
to get paid. One way or another.
And when Richard Elliott was calling during the interview, at least 8 people were saying, you should have put him on speakerphone.
Oh, I know, right?
So that was fun.
Yep.
Nicole Caselli, she says she's so excited that you'll be gracing us with your musical talent for Rick's New Year's Eve this year.
I was so excited. You know, Rick hit me up maybe 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago or so. He said, hey, I don't know if you want to come back. I was like, of course I do. And so cannot wait. It's going to be a virtual New Year's Eve. And I saw your comment in there, Mike Brown, saying, of course it's COVID when I do Rick's New Year's Eve show. But we're still going to have a blast virtually. And Rick said, hey, what do you think about doing a show with Marc Antoine? I've been a fan of Marc Antoine forever. Incredible nylon string guitarist. So we're going to have some dueling guitars. And it's going to be a blast. So make sure you tune in for that. New Year's Eve. It's easy to remember.
New Year's Eve. And is that going to be part of like Rick's Cafe? Is it like Rick's Cafe New Year's Eve?
Yeah, so yeah, we're gonna film on set in his living room, and then it'll be a Rick's Cafe slash Rick's New Year's Eve. So,
Right.
Yeah.
And Jocelyn, I think it's Roche, or it could be Roach.
Okay.
She says when she watched you on Rick's Cafe, she said she almost didn't recognize you with your COVID
Oh,
curls.
I know. And you know what's funny? I actually today broke down and reached out to my barber, who I've not gotten a haircut from since February, and he's not even a barber anymore. I didn't even tell you this. I texted him today, said, hey man, can you fit me in? He said, oh yeah, I'm doing some different things now. So
Yeah. Well, he doesn't want to catch that Rona.
Exactly.
I don't blame him.
So now I gotta find a new barber. I was just gonna do a little trim because it was getting out there, but
Yeah.
I guess that's gonna keep going until I find somebody.
And I lost it. Someone said, let me find it. Oh, Barbara Stoney.
Yeah.
She says, watching Rick's Cafe, that was the first time that she had learned about you.
Oh wow! Well, welcome to the party. As you can see, we're here every Wednesday having a blast, and whenever we get back out on the road, I mean, who knows what tour schedule is going to look like, but I've been doing about 50 shows a year, so hope to make it out your way, and we can hang out in person.
Yes. And then obviously when Rick started playing, so many people, I saw like 800 hearts fly up and people with their dancing emojis, just really loving it.
Bahia.
Bahia.
Yeah.
Joy Russell Nichols, she says, beautiful song, Rick. Linda Dickinson, she says, we love this song too, Kyle, because he mentioned that was his son's favorite song.
Yeah.
So many people were saying he plays beautifully. It sounds like silk.
Yeah.
Leon Lee says Rick makes playing the trumpet look so easy.
Oh yeah.
Which he does, because it's not an easy instrument.
And the amazing thing about Rick too, he can play anything. He can play standards, he can play funk, R&B, soul, and does it all convincingly, which is not easy to do. So talented guy. You know, he's got it going on.
Back to your curls just for a second.
Okay.
Marcus Anderson is chiming in
Uh-oh,
here. Hi, Marcus.
Marcus is always a troublemaker, man.
He says, I was thinking about straightening it for your
Wow.
hair. No, that would look so weird.
I don't know if I ever told you this. This might have been before I met you, but when I was in college, I think it was my sophomore year, somebody convinced me to straighten my hair, and I didn't leave it that way very long. There's a picture floating around somewhere.
No.
Kind of a Prince kind of vibe. It wasn't working.
Yeah, you are too funny, Marcus.
Get out of here, Marcus.
We miss you. We haven't seen Marcus in so long.
Usually, man, I have such a blast hanging with Marcus. We're usually playing shows all year long, and we were supposed to be at Jazz Legacy in November, but then that got moved to 2021. And we were supposed to be at Oxnard together, so that got moved to 2021 as well. So hope we can connect soon, Marcus.
Awesome. And when you and Rick were playing Escape together,
Yeah.
which you said it moved up to number
It went up to number 6.
Awesome.
Yeah.
When today?
Yeah. Yeah, it officially got posted today. Yep.
That's awesome. Well, so many people love that song. Someone said, I believe it was Dave Fritz probably, said that he just heard it on Watercolors the other day.
Yeah.
He loves the tune. It's a great tune.
Shout out to Watercolors too. They also after they played the song, they said, "Hey, make sure you come on over and check out AH Live." So appreciate you guys. You've
Yeah,
been
thank you
supportive from the
guys.
beginning, and you know, I always feel like a kid in a candy store. Every time I hear a tune, get played, it's like, all right,
Right?
I'm doing something.
Kat Finn says, this tune gives me joy, talking about Escape.
All right.
And Vicky Dennis, she says, I'm so ready to escape to a cruise.
I know, right? Oh, hopefully soon. Well, yeah, Rick Braun has his river cruises, so definitely check that out. And yeah, the big ones, I don't think any of them are happening in 21. So check out Rick Braun's, because he said he's sailing in 2021. So there's your best bet.
I'm so ready to escape to
I know,
anywhere
right?
with no people.
That's funny.
Like a private island or something like that. Although I have a few friends that have gone to some of the beaches that are open in SoCal. Probably more like OC beaches are open than LA beaches. But
Yeah.
pictures that they've been putting up lately, they've been kind of in their own space. There really hasn't been a
Yeah.
lot of people. So,
Well, that's cool.
but yeah, you still never know, because if you drive down there and then there's like 80 people on the beach.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's crazy. Crazy times, 2020.
Crazy time.
Well, do we have any questions for Ask
We
Adam?
do.
Let's switch on over.
Ask Adam.
All right.
Okay. So our first question is from Darren Seymour.
Okay.
He says, have you two thought about putting lyrics to Rain?
Wow. Well, there are lyrics. Rain was the version I do is from SWV. And so, yeah, when I recorded it, there's no vocals. But if you see me live, Kat is nice enough to sing on that one. And so, yeah, check out the original. Well, the original was an instrumental. It was called Portrait of Tracy by Jaco Pastorius. But then the original recording of Rain by SWV is beautiful, has great lyrics. So, yeah, check it out.
Awesome. Linda Dickinson, she says, Cecil Ramirez played his CD Backyard Party featuring Adam, you, in almost every song. Describe working with Cecil, because his personality and his smile is so infectious, just like yours.
Oh, I have to agree. Cecil is a dear friend, amazing piano player, and we've connected a bunch of different times. But yes, the first time we connected was via Brian Culbertson. And so I was touring with Brian at the time, and he said, hey, Cecil's looking for a guitar player for his album. And I think I played on, 7 tunes, 8, 9, I don't know. Cecil, you could chime in, but a bunch of tunes. It was my honor. It was such a blast. And then I remember Cecil came down and did the Catalina Jazz Festival. And so I had fun playing with him for that. And then we've also done the welcome dinner a bunch of times at the Napa Valley Jazz Getaway at Brian Culbertson's festival. And that's always a lot of fun. So, yeah, I hope we connect again soon, Cecil. And to answer your question, it's a blast. Cecil's just got great energy, great player, and it's always a lot of fun.
Okay, I just want to make a quick announcement.
Okay.
There's someone in our chat. It's Olufemi Jr., and we get a lot of these, a lot of people that does live shows. There's a lot of scammers that will put comments saying like, go here, add Cash App or Venmo, something like that in comments. And I usually try to catch them and, tell them to leave us alone. But if you guys ever get one of those in one of these shows, if we don't have anything to do with it, don't send any money, don't reply to them. And sir, if you could please leave our chat.
And I saw somebody said they reported them too.
Yes.
So yeah, the
Thank
more
you so
people that
much.
report them, the better, because then Facebook will jump on it. So
Mm-hmm.
so yeah. I saw Cecil. He chimed in. He said 10 songs. Man, it was a blast. Cecil, that's a killing record. So thanks again for having me.
Yes. And someone had asked a couple of times what type of skincare you use, Adam, because your face is always so beautiful.
Wow. Well, I mean, I just roll out of bed, and no, I can't take any credit. Kat gave me a regimen, and basically there's a couple of cleansers that I use in the
Do you
shower.
remember what they are?
One
No.
is Jack Black. One is Jack Black, and the other one is like it's like gritty, so it like exfoliates, I think, or something.
Yes, it's an.
I'm starting to get my vocabulary together. And then I have three
good.
products when I get out of the shower. This has gotten so complicated. So I have a lotion, I have an eye thing for the poofiness of the eyes, and then also like a mist that you like walk through. But I guess it's working because this is like the 5th time
Yeah.
someone has brought it up. So
Someone had asked what you use and what I use, which is very sweet. Thank you so much. I feel
you're
like
too kind. You're too
my
kind.
skin is aging by the day.
No.
I'm such a huge skincare product junkie. I have like probably tens and tens of things in my little box. Adam, like he said, he uses Jack Black. He uses some Baxter.
Okay.
The face mist, which is like a toner, and is from Caudalie, which is like an all-natural French brand.
Yeah.
He also uses a brand for the eyes called Paula's Choice. I know this because I buy it for him.
Okay, all right. I'm going to defer to Kat on this one.
For me, I use so much stuff, but again, everything is all natural. So one of my favorite ones is Joanna Vargas. She's known for like being like a celebrity esthetician, and she has salons in New York and here in LA. And my esthetician, which I haven't been to all year, I usually go get a facial every 3 to 4 months. And that's at Sunset Towers in LA. But the products you can also find at like Nordstrom or Amazon. What else do I use? I use Bare Minerals, Sunday Riley, Bioessence, Caudalie, Clos de Peau, which is another French line. But everything all natural. All that stuff, you can just Google it and find it somewhere.
But I definitely know, because I've never done anything ever. I just, whatever I use on my body, I wash with my face, and then no lotion. And then she's like, you really should consider. And once I started doing it, I could really tell the difference on camera. So thank you, honey.
Yeah,
Hooking
you're
me up.
welcome. Of
Hooking me up.
course.
Well, we got time for one more. Is there one more question out there, or did we get through them all?
There is one more.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. And I can't remember the person's name, because when you guys are all like putting comments in and I'm trying to read one, it like jumps up to the top. So I like have to write it really fast. But someone just said, do you know if you will be coming to Houston next year?
Oh gosh, hopefully. The last time I played there was a big festival down in Galveston, and that was a blast. It was a huge festival. I remember Norman Brown was there, Take 6, Julian Vaughn. So hopefully something will pop up. I don't have anything scheduled right now, but yeah, would love to get back to Houston. It's a blast, and we can hang out with our buddy Chris Walker too.
I know, yeah.
Vocalist extraordinaire, bassist extraordinaire, and we got a bunch of buddies down there in Houston. So yeah, hopefully we'll make it happen.
I know, hopefully. Well, I don't know if I'll be going.
Okay,
But,
she can send me out on my own. Well, ladies and gentlemen, give her a hand. That was Kat with the
Bye,
Cat Cam.
guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, and now it's that time to let you know what's coming up next week. And you know what I was thinking? We had so much fun having a trumpeter on the show. You know what? Let's back it up with another one next week. We've got the incredible Lynn Roundtree all the way from Motown, Detroit. And he just had the number one song in the nation just a few weeks ago. And so cannot wait to talk with him. And he's another gentleman that I've had the pleasure of collaborating with on several shows and also on recording. and just a really great guy. So, and actually one of my last shows before the whole world closed down was his Valentine's show that he does every year in Detroit, and we had such a blast. So tune in for that next Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. The incredible Lynn Roundtree, all the way from Motown. And I have an incredible lineup coming up. I'm working on shows, as I mentioned, with Paula Atherton, Von Stupert. I've got Steve Cole coming on down the line, Ollie Silk, Pete Project. So there's a bunch of great shows coming up here every Wednesday. So don't miss it. And one more reminder, if you want to help out the show, it's real easy. You can just click those links in the description, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, and you can do stars now too. And thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys have been incredible from the beginning, and we make sure to always credit our supporters at the end of the episode as well. So appreciate you guys. I'm going to send you out with one more tune. Let me pull it up here. This is from my first album. We're going old school. This is called East Lake. I'm going to take you out on a high note, everybody. goodness. AH Live, y'all got me working hard. I built up a sweat on that one. But thank you all so much for coming through. Don't forget, next Wednesday, the one and only Lynn Roundtree is in the house. Huge thanks one more time to Rick Braun for coming through. Hope to see y'all next week. Peace.